What's going on, guys? Cryptic here, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you guys something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about BO4, but other than just gameplay or uploading a good game, something like that, I'm going to be bringing you guys more of a commentary style video. I used to do these a lot on my old channel, and I want to bring them back because I really enjoy doing these kind of videos for you guys. So before we get started, if you guys want to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, slap a like on the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Just restarting up my YouTube channel here, so super happy, super excited to get back into it. Got a bunch of new graphics, a bunch of new stuff going on, so I am super stoked to be back with you guys. Okay, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video. First thing I want to talk about, and we're going to break this up into two different sections. We're going to have the first section is going to be about multiplayer. Second section is going to be about Blackout. As you guys are probably watching right now, as you see in the background, I'm going to have some Blackout gameplay going on. Not sure exactly which game I'm going to put on there yet, but I'm sure it's going to be a banger gameplay as always. So this video is going to be more of a criticism video than anything, but it's not meant in a malicious way. I want to stress that it's not meant in a malicious way at all. I love Black Ops 4. It's a fantastic game. It's one of the best Call of Duty games in years. I love the game. I love it. I love it. I love it to death. But just because you love a game doesn't mean there's not problems with it. And there are some pretty big problems with the game that I want to go over. We're going to start with some minor stuff. We're going to move into some bigger stuff. We're going to jump around to Black Market, but it's going to be broken down into two sections, multiplayer and Blackout. As some of you guys may know, I used to be a huge Fortnite Battle Royale fan. When it first came out, I loved the game through like the first 3 seasons. Then I fell out of love with it because they added way too much crap into it. So I actually just like 4 or 5 days ago, I started getting into Blackout because I already got Dark Matter on multiplayer. I'm kind of where I want to be progression-wise. I'm not, driven to get level 1000 or something like that. I don't really care that much about being Master Prestige. I wanted Dark Matter. That's what I got. So I've been focusing more on Blackout now. And I will tell you right off the bat, I love Blackout. Blackout is a fantastic game mode. I love it. But there are some things we can change about it. So first, before we go into Blackout, let's start with multiplayer. The first thing I want to go over, and it may seem really small and really simple, but it's pretty important, is after you kill someone and they drop their weapon, it doesn't always appear on the ground. Sometimes it disappears. So let's say you're using a sniper rifle, for instance. You get close to someone, you end up no-scoping them, they die. Instead of reloading, you go to pick up their gun because it'll be faster to turn on the guy who's behind you, whatever. You can't pick his gun up. His gun disappeared. It vanished into thin air. It's just really annoying. Another thing with things dropping is going to be the scavenger packs, I've noticed. I noticed this a lot when I was practicing my shot in a private match, actually, with bots, is that there'd be some bots I'd kill, and I would go up to pick the scav pack up and it wouldn't be there. I've noticed this a few times in multiplayer as well now too, is I don't know if that's intended to be in there or if it's in there by mistake, but it's something I think Treyarch definitely needs to fix, because if you have scavenger on, whenever you kill someone, they should drop a scav pack. Just my thought, but there's that one. The other thing is the servers. I don't know if it's just me who has this issue. Well, I know for a fact it's not just me. It's also my buddy who I play with all the time who has this issue as well. But I don't know if it's just us who have this isolated issue or if it's more than that or what. But there'll be times, and it typically happens like right when I start the game up, I'll go get into a game, I'll play for about 3 minutes, and it'll disconnect me from the server. There'll be times it even kicks me to my Xbox dashboard. Now, I've already had people tell me, oh, maybe, your internet and everything else. It's not the internet. I'll tell you that right now. It's not the internet. I might pop something up on the screen here. You might see it right about now. If I do pop something up that shows my internet speeds, but it's 100% not the internet at all, so I'm not worried about that. I don't know if it has to do with server tick rate or what it has to do with, or if it's just game instability in general, but it's something they definitely need to address, in my opinion. And hopefully the guys at Treyarch are working to address it. That would be, super cool. So yeah, there's that one. The next one is sound. Now, sound is really, really important. I don't believe in these games that you should be able to hear your teammates' footsteps as loud as you can hear the enemy's footsteps, or your own footsteps for that matter. I want to go back to 10 years ago when we had Modern Warfare, the original Modern Warfare, COD 4, where you could hear where someone was. If they were walking on metal, stone, grass, dirt, if they were left, right, second level, third level. I want to go back to that, where being able to hear, having a really nice headset actually paid off and actually made a difference. I would really, really, really love it if we could go back to that. But again, I'm not in control of those things, so I really don't know if that is going to happen or not. But I think it's something a lot of people can agree on that needs to be fixed. Is footsteps really need to be fixed. The only way to really not hear your footsteps is to put dead silence on. I get that one, but I know for a fact 60% of the people on the other team are not using dead silence, and you sound like an elephant, so why can't I hear them? Why can't I hear them directionally? Why can't I hear when they're walking on metal? Why can't I hear when they're on this? Blah, blah, blah. I can hear myself when I'm walking on the surfaces, but I can't hear the enemies. Directional sound as well really needs to be fixed, as well as sound textures, I guess you'd call it. The next thing is going to be supply drops. I don't really want to get into this that much because so far the system is decent. It's not that bad, but there are some things that could be worked with it. Tier progression is one of the big ones. And I know they're going to fix this in the next update that they put out where they have a new operation and everything. Having less tiers or having tier progression go faster, whatever. I made it through all 200 tiers, but I also was grinding for dark matter. So that's a big part of it. So, could just be me, whatever. But, they just need to work on that. I don't want to touch on supply drops that much because the topic's been absolutely beat to death. And I'm not interested in beating it even more. So the next topic is going to be weapon balance. And now this is something that might piss some people off. Some people might agree with me. But, let's have a discussion. If you guys agree with me about or disagree with me about any of this, drop it in the comment section below. I think the LMGs are ultra OP. The Titan especially. The Titan needs to be nerfed into the goddamn ground. It's ridiculous. You can't go anywhere without getting gunned down by a Titan. Especially if they have high cal or FMJ1, FMJ2 rather, and you shoot it at any kill streak, the thing's getting automatically destroyed, no questions asked. It's done. Now, the other ones. The Hades hipfire operator mod, that thing needs to be nerfed. It's too good. VKM, nobody really uses it. When they do, it's annoying, but typically they're sitting in a window, so it's like, whatever. I don't really care. But the Titan has to get nerfed. The thing is, it's way too good. It's controlling the entire game. The oppressor, that needs to be nerfed as well. The Titan's operator mod, that needs to be nerfed into the goddamn ground. Another thing that needs to be fixed is operator spawning. Now, I'm not going to show this on screen because I don't want to encourage it, but what operator spawning is let's say you're in a gunfight and you're really low on health and you start to run away. You can, hit the start button and switch operators. It doesn't count as a death. The other guy doesn't get the kill and you respawn with full health as a different operator. Out of the way. Away from all the bad stuff. I don't know about you, but that's like super OP to me. Like, you can just literally run away, and it's like all Gucci in the Louis store, and it really doesn't even matter. It's crazy to me. So yeah, operator spawning needs a huge nerf. There needs to be some kind of penalty for it. It counts as a death. The other guy gets a kill, blah, blah, blah. Or you can only change so many operators in one game, something like that. But something needs to be changed. The other thing is, I think that the kill streak cost is too high. The only way to get decent, cost for your kill streak is to have the cosmic device on. And when you have the cosmic device on, you're sacrificing either stim shot, body armor, or acoustic sensor. I'm a huge acoustic sensor fan. That's a lot what you'll see me use in my gameplay depending on my class. But I love the acoustic sensor. And I just think the kill streak cost is way too high. It shouldn't cost me, 550 points for a UAV. And I get it's more a team-based kill streak system where it's score streaks actually. But in TDM, there's not much you can do besides using your specialist ability to get more points. It's all based on kills. So something needs to be reworked there. The other thing is, I think there needs to be some specialist nerfs. Profits, Seeker Mine, that thing needs to be nerfed into the goddamn ground. It's the most annoying thing to go up against in the entire freaking game, and it's so irritating. Nomad in general needs to be nerfed. He gets the mesh mines way too often, and his dog is way too powerful. The dog's health needs to be nerfed again, and the mesh mine, the ability to get it, the regeneration time needs to be nerfed. The other thing that needs to be nerfed, and I don't see anybody talking about it for some reason, besides a few select people, is torque. If you go up against a good torque player in an objective-based game mode, you lose. Torque is overpowered. It's simple as that. I'm not going to go any more in on it than that. Torque is just overpowered. Another thing I see as being a problem is there's no league play right now. I mean, I know we got told that, league play is coming at this time, early 2019, blah, 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 blah. That's fine, but we still need league play. The game came out a month early. It had hella problems when it came out. We still have yet to see new original content. We need something, man. Treyarch, we need league play. The other thing is, and this is the last subject on multiplayer, please take flinch out of the game. I can't tell you how many sniper shots I've taken, gotten hit by a bullet first, it's launched my scope literally straight up into the air, and then I have no chance of killing the guy. Flinch is completely unfair. Also, sniper rifles need a buff. All the bolt action should do 150 from the waist up, just saying. Or from the middle waist up, I'll say that. But yeah. That's all we're going to talk about for multiplayer. So we're going to transition into the Blackout section. The first and biggest issue with Blackout is the audio. Biggest issue with Blackout. You can hear yourself and your teammates so clear, but you can't hear anything else. In Blackout, when you're playing duos, you shouldn't be able to hear your teammates' footsteps. Simple as that. Or at least put something in there that we can put on where it'll make us not hear our teammates' footsteps. It's so irritating. Directional audio is terrible. You can't tell where anyone is. They have to fix the audio. The next thing they need to address is having more drop locations. I think there should be more smaller, unnamed locations where people can go, where they're not going to get bombarded with a crap ton of people. That's just my little thought there. Again, the disconnecting from server issue, that's the same as before. Armor needs to be reworked really bad, where you can craft armor from your dead enemy's armor, so you can get a full thing of armor back. Because it's rewarding camping way too much, where people aren't going to move because they don't want to lose their armor. You should be able to remake your armor after you get an engagement. Encourage people to be aggressive. It'll make for a more fun game. The Swordfish needs a buff in Blackout. The burst spread needs to be closed. The Swordfish is hot trash at anything other than 5 feet away. The Spitfire needs a nerf. It melts way too much up close. I got melted by the Spitfire with level 3 armor on, and the other guy had level 1 armor on. I was shooting at him with my ICR point blank range, and he melted me like my armor was nothing. No headshots, no nothing. Spitfire, nerfed into the ground, please. The amount of time you can hold your breath underwater, I think, should be slightly increased, because it seems like you can be under there for like 3 seconds and that's it. I mean, think about it. You're supposed to be like some Navy SEAL type person or some ultra trained Marine or anything like that. You got to hold your breath longer than that, champ. Come on now. The other thing is weapon spawns. Now, this is going to be a really congested topic, and I know people aren't going to agree with me on this. I think there should be more weapons on the ground. You should be able to find... I can't tell you how many times I've ran around and I've been able to find everything but a fucking gun. I've got a scope, a grip, a stock, a laser sight, a long barrel, but I can't find an actual gun. It's irritating and it's fucking hot garbage. The other thing is backpack spawns. I think backpacks should spawn more frequently, because you can't just hold 5 items. That's just not going to work. I always need a backpack. That's just me, but whatever. That probably won't get changed. The other thing is the looting system. This is going to mainly apply more to console rather than PC, because that's what I play on. PC probably doesn't have this issue, but whatever. You shouldn't have to hold down the X button to be able to pick something up. You should just be able to tap it and it'll pick up. Tap it, open doors. Just tap to attach. Tap, tap, tap. The other thing is they need to make it so in game I can remap what my buttons do for my controller. I don't want to pick things up with X. I want to pick things up with B. And then what I want to do is I want to be able to crouch and slide with the right stick. I want to push that down to crouch and slide. I want to run with the left stick. Like I want to change how my controller works, but you can't do that in game. It would be much easier for me to loot with B than it would X. It's, just the way I am. Loot organization also needs to be better. It's super hard to organize your loot, put things on. It takes way too much time. And the last thing is, I don't know if I'm the only one who can do this or has this problem, but I'm asking you guys out there who have made it this far into the video to drop in the comments section, how do you guys glide to a location and get there so fast? Because there are times where I think I'm doing it like perfect and I'm gliding real good, and there's like 8 other people already there with full guns. They've got legendary guns that have scopes and they've got full ammo, and the other guy's got a salvo shoved up his ass. They're waiting for me to land. I don't know how it's done. I don't know how you guys do it, but I need some help. So drop that down in the comment section, how you help with, with gliding. All right, guys, that's just going to about wrap up this video. If there's still a little bit of time left in the gameplay, I'll let that roll out and keep playing for you guys. If there's not, whatever, it's fine too. We'll be ending it here then. So if you guys are going to stick around and enjoy the gameplay, if there's no gameplay, whatever. If you guys do agree, disagree, don't really care, drop it down there in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys have to think on these topics. And yeah, guys, if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please make sure to go ahead and drop a like on it, subscribe if you guys are new. Post a lot of Call of Duty content. That's my main thing, as well as I branch out, play other games, do all that sorts of stuff. I'll do little challenges you guys ask me to do, blah, blah, blah. I will be re-uploading one of my old videos from my old channel. That's one of my favorites. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, without further ado, I will catch you in the next one. Yeah, we'll see you later.
You're gonna have to run or something.
Yeah. Someone grappled on us?
Flanking right side, right side.
Alright. One down. Got him. GG's, baby. Let's go. Let's fucking go, baby. We don't rise to the level of our expectations. We fall to the level of our training.
Take calculated risks. That is quite different from being rash.
That's what we did.